In this segment, we'll be making baklava from an old family recipe. We're going to do a little twist on it today and make a chocolate baklava. This may sound a little intimidating, but I think you'll find it quite easy, so stick around. We're just starting the sugar syrup now, just to get it out of the way. 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, and a few drops of lemon juice. Over very low heat. Let the syrup cool to room temperature, actually, before we pour it on the baklava. That'll keep it crispier. Now these walnuts are just about the right size, but they're a little bit large for the consistency we want. So we're just going to pulse it in the food processor just for a few seconds, not too much. About like that should do it. Once the walnuts are ready to go, then you add the rest of the dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a cup of sugar, and because this is a chocolate baklava, a 12-ounce bag of mini chips. And you mix this up. Like that. The original recipe calls for a pound of butter. Just get that melted at low heat and get it ready for when we start working with the filo. Cut the filo to the size of your pan before you begin. As you can see, it looks like our length for this pan is pretty good. We may have to take off about a ½ inch on the length, but on the width it looks like about 3 inches. So we'll cut the whole stack before we begin. We go about a ½ inch. Length. Just right. We butter the bottom of the pan very well. We take our first sheet and lay it in there. Oh, custom made. Isn't that amazing? And we butter each layer as we go. We're going to place 6 sheets on the bottom before we add any filling. We now have 6 layers on the bottom. Now we're going to add our first layer of mixture. We're going to do 4 layers of mixture with 3 filo in between each layer. A lot of times it's 2, but we're doing 3 because of the chocolate this time. Because it gets a little bit gooey, we're going to go with 1 extra layer in between each level. Spread it out as evenly as you can. And then cover. And of course, more butter. Now we have our 3 sheets complete, and we add our second layer. And again, smooth it out. Now, layer number 3. And finally, layer number 4. Just all the way out to the edges. And 6 more buttered fila on the top. as we're doing the final 6 top layers, we've just preheated the oven to 350, so it's ready. And that is number 6. Finally, before we put it in the oven, we will score it. We'll just go nearly all the way through, gently. And now they go in the oven for about a half hour at 350. It could take up to 45 minutes depending on your oven, but I'll take a look at it at about a half hour. And now we can pour the sugar syrup on. Yeah, that's quite the reward to hear that sizzle. Oh, that'll be good. And that is baklava.